Hey guys, Fred the Red here. I've got an exclusive for you. My little friend Mustard, my secret agent, has been busy hard at work undercovering a human trafficking ring from Africa. And this one involves Amad DIALLO. Or shall I say, AMAD TRAORE. Listen to what he's got to say, because this is a story I didn't even know was true.
On into the Ivorian Civil War, Amad DIALLO was smuggled across Europe as part of a fake family. Facing legal trouble in Italy for pretending to be the son of a sports trafficker, Amad's career looked over before it even began. In spite of this, his talent as a footballer was simply too good, making a £37 million move to Manchester United after just 4 games of professional football. But to make sense of all of this, we first have to rewind back to 2002. Back then, Amad was a newborn born into a world filled with chaos at the heart of the Ivorian Civil War. The sounds of gunfire echoed through villages as families were forced to flee their homes. The war ravaged hospitals, leaving little access to doctors or medicine, whilst clean water was scarce and food even scarcer. In such an unstable world, a child's next breath is a gift more than a given. Be it battle or disease, every day a baby survives in this war-torn landscape is a miracle. Luckily, Amad DIALLO is living proof that miracles exist. Even as a little boy, he loved football. He played every day with his brother, as both dreamed of becoming professional players. But for boys like them, opportunities to play on the biggest stage were rare. But that's when, one day, a group of men approached his family. They spoke of Italy, a land where talented youngsters helped Amad and his brother achieve their dreams. But the men had a secret. They were traffickers, part of an illegal sports network that smuggled people into Europe. They weren't helping Amad because of his talent, they were in it for the money. Each year, an estimated 15,000 young men from West Africa are trafficked into Europe with the dream of pursuing a footballing career, according to a 2013 report by the charity Foot Solidaire. Many families pay middlemen thousands of pounds, hoping that their sons will secure trials or opportunities in the sport. And whilst Amad and his brother's stories once again ended up being 2 miracles, this is not the norm. Tragically, these promises often go unfulfilled, leaving the youngsters stranded without clubs, support, or even proper accommodation. Nonetheless, with the use of fake documents, Amad Mamadou Traore, an Ivorian citizen based in Italy, posed as their father to help the boys immigrate to Italy. This method exploited family reunification laws, which are designed to allow relatives to join family members legally residing in Europe. When they arrived in Italy, Amad Traore, as he was then known, continued to put his footballing ability on full display, where by the age of 12, he became a full-time academy player for Boca Barco. Within just a matter of months, Amad's potential was apparent. As a result, his career took the next step, once again thanks to a miracle. This time, a Christmas one. That's because he finished as the top scorer of a local Christmas tournament, despite being the youngest player participating. Thus, it came as no surprise that many Serie A clubs began sniffing around Amad, with his big break coming when he joined the youth team of Atalanta. By October 2019, Amad made his first team debut, which was yet another perfect miracle. Coming on as a substitute, he scored within minutes, becoming the youngest player to score a brilliant goal in his Serie A debut at just 17 years old. However, whilst Amad's football footballing future was beginning to take off, the truth about his past was catching up with him. Years after his arrival in Italy, the authorities discovered the trafficking ring that had brought Amad into the country. Investigations revealed the fake documents and the lies told by the traffickers, bringing us onto the story of Amad's alleged trafficker, Amad Traore. At the heart of his belief was a simple conviction: to succeed, these young men needed a chance, and that chance had to come with a clear pathway to Europe. By the time he and his wife achieved legal status in Italy, Traore had already secured a foothold in European football, which kick-started his operations. But it wasn't all about just football talent. Traore often speaks of Amad's intelligence, a quality that sets him apart from many other players. He remembers how when Amad first arrived, he was so thin and fragile that it was hard to imagine him ever becoming a professional footballer. In spite of this, it was more than just Amad's technique that made Amad believe in him, but also the kid's desire to succeed in life. And so Traore insisted that he treated these boys as if they were his own children, adamant that he was not trafficking players. In spite of this, Traore admitted that he did benefit financially from Amad's future success. He claimed that any proceeds would have been reinvested into his academy, but it still lacks even the most basic of facilities, including access to a proper grass pitch to this day. And so you can make your own mind up about that. Nonetheless, this didn't stop Amad's short, and I mean very short, time at Atalanta being a great success, as it earned him a huge move to Manchester United after just 4 first-team appearances for the Italian side. 4 appearances that equated to just over an hour of football combined. Yet the biggest club in England ensured they got his signature, narrowly beating Parma, who even announced Amad on loan just 6 months earlier before the transfer ultimately fell through. But when Amad officially signed for Manchester United in 2021, Amad Traore's name was not on the documents. You see, by that time, Amad had moved on to a new group, AMS Consulting, and his registration with the English FA no longer listed Traore as his intermediary. Instead, an Italian agency, Sport Agency Futura, had secured the rights to represent him. Furthermore, Amad, now a legal adult, had also distanced himself from his past by dropping Traore from his surname altogether, becoming simply Amad Diallo. Traore claims that he understood why he chose to change his name and remove himself from the negative associations surrounding the case, but insists that their relationship still remains strong. He also claimed that if Amad chose to represent Italy rather than Ivory Coast, the situation would have been handled entirely differently. Nonetheless, following the investigation, Amad wasn't given the blame as he was but a child, manipulated by adults who used him as part of their illegal schemes. Thus, Amad cooperated fully with the investigation, helping to expose the criminals and prepare for his new life as Diallo, the Manchester United teenager.
Thanks, Mustard. So there you go, folks. Bit of an eye-opener, isn't it? From rags to riches. What a story. I'm just glad he made it to us and got out of that trafficking ring. And after that hat trick the other day, I'm looking forward to the Brighton game.